Namaste. Greetings to all of you. And thank you, Karishma, Wish, and Vandana, for inviting me here today on this beautiful morning of Falguna Masa for your Creative Morning Talks in Bengaluru. The topic given to me is courage. In Sanskrit, as I was growing up, there is a saying, Dhairyam Sarvatra Sadhanam. So if you have the courage, anything can be achieved. And then another commonplace knowledge in India is Dharmo Rakshati Rakshitaha. We find this in the Mahabharata. It says, Dharma protects those who protect Dharma. Today is going to be the thought process, the nurturing, the upbringing, society, culture, and its impact on life. So what happened in my own life when I believed in all of these? What happens to a person? What is growth? What is becoming cultured? What is being fine-tuned? What is being one with the universe? Because the ultimate resonance is, we always say in India, we claim Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. The whole world is one family. And then you have success. Once again, it's a very, very difficult point to answer this question. What is success? Every human being's journey is different and unique. And the world exists and the world is celebrated because of this uniqueness of each individual around us. Each person is born with a potential. Each baby is born with a potential. And yours is different from your siblings, even with a twin. The parents will understand that the potential of this is different from the potential of that. Success comes when you have reached your potential. My journey has been Vishweshwaraya Museum when I was in 7th standard, dance class when I was 5 years old. So 5 years to 16 years, I had one thought, I'm going to be the best dancer in India. High school came, I saw my teacher who was super intelligent, very well versed with all of this background, and then very poor. And because of poverty, I saw him not being straightforward in his dealings with the government. I said, I don't want a profession where I will cheat. And then what shall I do? I said, I will be the person paying for the art. How do I pay for the art? My other passion was Vishweshwaraya Industrial Museum. I said, I will become one electronics engineer and then I will become a patron for all arts in the country. And sure enough, I got into engineering and my dance master said, if you go to engineering, get out of my class, don't enter class. Because he said it's a conflict of interest. I'm not going to spend my time on somebody who is not integrated in their approach. He said you cannot have your feet in two boats at one time. He said you can stay outside class and watch. I did that for a while and then I didn't go anymore. I waited, hoping he will call me back. He didn't and he passed away. And then this is not mumbo jumbo, this is really true. I had a dream about another teacher. And I went to her and then I pursued dance over there. And I have been a dancer, I have been a performing artist because I express through dance and it gives me happiness. And then I went into engineering college, of course, much to the shock of everybody else. And it worked, my plan worked. I got into a engineering seat in BMS. And then I fell in love. My husband's here. So both of us decided to get married. After that, I started thinking about life. We had 2 beautiful children. And then the third one who's here is born a little later in life, and we were living close to Disneyland. And I marveled at their engineering and art coming together in Disneyland. At this point of time in my life, I thought puppetry was American. Because the amount of research and work that is done there is unbelievable. It's beautiful. You've seen Disney movies, and I've seen the raw product of the Disney movies, which is thrilling, more thrilling than the actual cinema itself, because the process is unbelievable. The amount of passion, the work. So this has been an inspiration for me. And we came back. Initially, it was tough. And that is the time when I started questioning, what happened to Mera Bharat Mahan? What happened to my culture? What happened to all these things which I've grown up with? Filled my head with it. And then I went to the US. And then I kept thinking, India is so great. India has so much culture. Where is Indian culture? Where do you see it? What is happening here? Where is the value system going? Where is education going? Vocational training is fantastic. What is happening to culture? See, the value system is your inner strength. And it is this inner strength which gives you the courage to be yourself. And once you have this courage, you're not divided. And once you're not divided, you reach your potential. There's nothing to stop you. And then we started Dhaatu. So it was a question of giving up one person's salary. Because you cannot do something full time and it is not possible, is what I realized. That this work needed my wholesomeness. Dhaatu got formed. Dhaatu is a culture education center. And there at Dhaatu, I said, how on earth do I talk all this to people? And Disneyland popped up. I said, dolls. Dolls is a medium through which I can communicate thought processes and value systems. The dolls led to Navaratra is still going on, where we put up lots and lots of stories through dolls. Indian epics, Panchatantra, Katha Saritsagara, any work you take in India, design is cyclic. There is no surprise. They'll put the whole thing in a gist. And within this cyclic nature, where beginning is the end, it is layered. This is pretty much the design of any work of ancient India. There are people who want different things. You want a slapstick, it is there. You want an intriguing story, it is there. You want a wow, adbhuta we call it, it is there. Do you want to stimulate your brains? It is there. Do you want the intellectual quotient? It is there. Do you want to ponder about life? It is there. Are you worried about who am I? It is there. These answers are hidden in the epics. So I had the apparent of dolls. Why dolls? See, I've said this many times before, dolls don't have ego. My love, my anger, my excessive desire, my attachment, the I and my is removed. And then we present art. That means art is just beautiful. Any work created which reflects this universe is art. And it is beautiful, it is a wow. It can be a movie, it can be music, it can be anything. What happened is, coming back to particular courage. First, you know how much the market rate then for a computer networking engineer? I had to give that up. I had to make a decision to give that up and come as a culture educator. Second, society thought I was mad. My teacher in engineering once visited me and said, I'm a dacoit because I've taken away the merit seat of another human being. And then there was the local society which said, women doing traditional puppetry, not possible. We do not teach women traditional puppetry. And then there was Central India asking me, do you belong to the caste of puppeteers? Do you belong to the family of puppeteers? And I fought my way through everywhere. Not a battle per se, but I said, no, I am going to go ahead with what I believe in. So there was India. There was the traditional puppeteers. When I went to them, they said, oh, you need lighting for your theatre and you need a stage. You're not a traditional puppeteer. Go away. You do not belong here. Then I went to the contemporary puppeteers. They said, oh, you do mythology? Go away. You do not belong with us. So I was wandering around without an identity. And at some point of time, I said, I don't care. I am what I am. I do what I do. So this was where they said, don't put legs for your puppets. I said, no, I'm going to put legs for my puppets. I'm a dancer. We have the most beautiful text for theatre. It's called Natya Shastra, has 36 chapters and talks about movement. I was talking to you about this identity of an Indian. So it has helped me again and again to consider where are the roots? Where do we come from? Not accepting things for what was forced down, because we have a lot of that in our country. So I had to take it upon myself to go explore and prove. In India, we have equal balance in form and content. So content is the spirit. Content is the philosophy on which the form is built. That is why we don't have much respect for museums, because we don't value form. Form is important, but form is not frozen in time. Look at anything which has come to us, including puppetry, music, dance, classical, it is changing. We are changing. See, I had done senior fellowship. I had saved all the money, about 2,000 euros to buy puppets. And that money got stolen. And I said, doesn't matter what, we'll go and start this international festival. Because India needs to invite others. India needs to show what it is that we have. And Indians need to understand how we stand compared to the rest of the world. If you explore, I don't know how many of you are into design, but if you can explore the systems of ancient India and understand the simplicity and its effectiveness. So as soon as I came back, first thing I did is, we had the now Home Minister, Ramling Reddy, visited us. And during Navaratri, and he said, what do you want? You've done so much work. I said, what can I want? No answer, but then I asked for a bus stop. He gave us a bus stop. My students made the puppets, and we put up puppets since January 2016. Nobody's touched it. Puppet is locked. It is glass. It is maintained. And if somebody comes and asks, where is puppets in your city? You say so much. I'll say it's in a bus stop. And the intention was the kids of the area will say, in our city, it's on the street. Instead of saying, we don't know. And that worked. Our people are good. They maintain it, they respect it, and they sit and enjoy the bus stop. I go sometimes and to see what people talk, and the conductor stops and says, puppet, puppet, puppet. It's called Dhaatu Puppet Bus Stop. You can see it online. And this was another milestone when I realized can be done. There's nothing which cannot be done. So these are all the limbs which go into the theatre where all of this has gone down. I'm still looking for people to do lighting. I have very few people who do lighting for the puppet theatre. Backdrop painting. Design of the proscenium. So this has traveled the world. So I got Erasmus Mundus scholarship, taught in Paris, I don't speak French, taught in Nice, I don't speak French, taught in Belgium for scholars, master students from all over the world. So every part of the world, when they see this work, not just this one, similar work, as with the Panchatantra stories, say, we want it. And question comes, what is contemporary? Contemporary is what we are using every day. So, in India, tradition is contemporary. So, that intrinsic bravery is there in ourselves. When it is coupled with dharma, when you are backed with knowledge, common sense, ethics, dharma translates to. When you are not in conflict, you have a job, you have a baby. Do I have to take care of the baby? Do I have to go for my job? It's a conflict. So neither will you be happy taking care of the baby, nor will you be happy going to work. So there, a Vishleshana is required. a decision process is required. And you have to see the process and say, then you have dhairya. So when you are without this, if you do, it is called dinde dhairya. They'll say, tumba dinde dhairya ide in Kannada. That means you can create accidents. That kind of courage is not beneficial to mankind. It may give you a high. You'll go on a high. But sustained courage lifts you, lifts people around you, lifts your city, lifts your locality, lifts your nation. Mistakes will happen. Everybody will do mistakes. But also conviction will help you overcome the mistake. Say, okay, I did a mistake. Big deal, I'm a human being. But I understand it is okay. So this kind of thought process is Indian. So I thank all of you for giving me an opportunity to be with you today. It can be puppetry, it can be a workplace, it can be a home. Everything can become sparkling, energetic, positive, smiling when there is no conflict. And the worst conflict is the conflict within. And that is wiped out by courage, which stems from truth. And may the Lord bless all of you with a vision of this truth. And may all your lives blossom to be like the banyan tree where you give shelter to thousands more and create thousands more.